What? You don't like the facial hair? Alright, fine. And it's gone.
Hey Caleb, have you actually done your top toys from 2016 yet?
What?
I said, have you made a video yet?
Nah. Deadpool, I'm playing Titanfall.
Great ice cream cone and Dippin' Dots. It's only the first day of 2017 and he's already lazy.
How about you stop losing the directors for your second movie, Deadpool? We want that thing to get done. Stop playing with our emotions. Alright, so let's make this top toys from 2016. Then before we get started, I hope all you guys had a happy new year. I actually went downtown where there's a lot of people to watch a thingy drop for the countdown, and I was not very impressed. Moving on. Alright, fellow YouTubers, Caleb Craig Deadpool Toys 2, and this time we're actually doing a review on Caleb's top 10 2016 figures. Let's check them out.
Look who's in the middle. I had to have got the #1 spot.
Alright, and first off on my list is Jango Fett. We get the shading, we get the very cool design. I think they did an awesome job on it. It was hard to get. Overall, it was a clean look. Even though a lot of people did not like the movie that he was in, it still was clean and a very different but cool version of Boba Fett, as we all know. They also included it where you could actually take his head off and reveal the actor's face, so that was very nice. Just look at how clean he is in his clip. See here up close, it looks very cool. Just look at the armor. And look, Samuel Jackson wants a closer look at it. It looks really cool. You gotta admire. Ooh. Cut. This is Miles Morales, and once again, this is the simple fact that they actually made a figure I really wanted. I was not expecting them to update this figure. I will never forget the time I went into my local comic book store in college at the Deep, and I remember that the guy said there was a black Spider-Man, and I was so shocked. I said, what? It's a black Spider-Man now? And he said, yeah, you haven't read it yet? And he said his name is Miles Morales, and I was hooked on it. Dan, no, it wasn't just because he was black, it's because he had a really good story. Black Deadpool.
Black Goku. What? SA's Figure Arts really does need to make a figure on Black Goku.
But for real, we really do need a figure on Black Goku.
Alright, that's true, but not right now. Let's finish this.
Now, I did get a version of him before, but this version just wasn't getting it. How he was built and how tall he was and all that, it just did not match Miles Morales. Miles Morales is a kid and he's basically that tall. So it made a lot more sense than this figure.
You guys, I am not playing about Miles Morales. I have every single one of his comic books from when he had a run on Ultimate Comics, but man, I really do love this character, and this is what I'm showing you right now because this is why I was so excited that they came out with this figure, because I love to see him in the comic book. Dan, this was really the only thing I did not like about the figure is where the shins are. You see how you twist it? It just looks unreal. But this is my #9 figure.
Is the Rogue figure that came out in the X-Men wave. One thing I would say that I did like is that I actually thought it would be hard to get and it would be scalped, but I saw this at Target, I saw this at Walmart, I saw this at Walgreens. I'm just glad I was able to get it. It could be cheating a little bit, but the nostalgia that I felt from having this figure from the old show was just awesome.
I mean, this figure was made for a flight stand. She doesn't even need to fly right now. They could be inside that jet.
Mama. Really a cool thing that I just want to do with her is get a flight stand and have her flying towards the Sentinel. But past that, I love this figure. And then we all know that she had a very gorgeous figure that came out before her.
Oh yes, feast your eyes on it. Okay, that's enough.
But to me, this one is a little better, so I'm glad I was able to get my hands on her. Hashtag nostalgia. Alright, #7 on the list is actually the NECA Kratos. I love this character, and I love how this figure came out. It has always been a very favorite of mine. I love playing God of War 1, 2, and 3 when I was in college. It was so much fun. They put a lot of detail into it. I do like the articulation on it, and it was one of the first figures that I bought whenever I got my new job. So it's a lot of feel-good moments with this figure. And plus, Kratos just showed you if someone gets on your nerves, you just rip their head off. Also tear their legs off, and take their powers, and their weapons. Scream the whole time while you're doing it. Mr. Puzzles are too hard in the game, so we gotta go watch a walkthrough on YouTube to see how we do it. Look, red masked talkative man. If you so much as say one more word, I will eat your soul. And take your weapons! Good God, he's almost as bad as Thanos. Caleb, can we go to the next figure? #6 on the list is the Civil War Spider-Man. Though I was forced to buy it in a 3-pack, I still do really like this figure. I like this figure is that it's a really nice twist on Spider-Man. And I love how they did the costume. To me, it looks like it's a modern version, but still stays true to the original. I love the extra thick black lines, and I love how it's kind of darker overall. The red is darker, the blue is darker, and the lines look just awesome. On the back, the extra lining that they actually put in there that is extra dark, I love it. Even though I was forced to buy 2 other figures with this one, I still really love this figure. Number 5 on my list is K2SO. And all I can say about this figure is that I was really impressed. Even before actually seeing the movie and seeing the part where he dies, I still was very intrigued with how they did the articulation and the unique design for this figure. Legs actually had ankle pivot. That was really awesome. I love the gray shading that is spread throughout him and it's not in the same spots. I love how authentic the black looks on here, and he had a little bit of orange in there. And I love the type of articulation that the ball joint neck was on. He just was really cool. His tall stature and just different type of body was very unique, and it was refreshing for a collector that's used to seeing the same mold being used over and over again.
So I'm just gonna throw it out there. I really feel like he could have lived through the movie. I mean, let's get real. He is a computer. They could have easily saved his chip and put his conscience into another body that's just like his, or a different body. Come on, they'd have to completely kill him off. I actually think I liked him more than BB-8.
The fact that he used words in it actually was pretty funny.
Okay, and next we have the Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Namor. I actually really wanted a Namor, and I did not like the Toy Biz one, which you see right here. I mean, they could have been worse. We were just in need of an upgrade, and we got it.
I'll take that.
As I thought, Caleb, this is the same piece of Trident. Trident gum, that is.
Alright, this is true. That is the same one, but if you're gonna use the same piece, that's how you do it.
But I love the new sculpt, and I just thought it looked really cool.
Deadpool, this is his spot on the list. Give him back his spot.
Oh, come on, he's part of the Illuminati.
It was a refreshing and different look, and I really did like how they actually did the kind of metallic aqua-like paint on there, and it just is a really cool figure, and that's why it's earned its spot.
At the number 3 spot is actually Venom, Marvel Legends Venom. The reason he is because of nostalgia purposes. I have always wanted a figure like this, not too graphic, doesn't look too over the top. Marvel Select is going to have kind of a horrific look to it because that's Venom, I get that. But in the show, he didn't look that bad on the animated series. And to me, this is the perfect embodiment of a figure form from that series, and it's in perfect scale with the rest of the figures. A lot of people had complaints about it, but I liked it just how it was. And this is a little clip from the show. It was so awesome.
We call ourselves Venom. Wear your own clothes, kid. Your hand-me-downs.
One thing that got me is that I just love how Venom is like casually talking to Spider-Man throughout their whole fight while Spider-Man is completely struggling. It always got me.
Complaining that they didn't like this Venom, but I loved it. Like, this is what I would want from a Venom figure, and it did not disappoint me at all. Nothing was broken, and I'm glad I had the extra symbiote part from Agent Venom to put in his back. But I really do love this figure.
Oh my gosh, ew. What? Okay, whatever, I'll play along.
Dibbidi-boobidi-bop.
Bye, my weird speaking friend.
Coming in at number 2 is the Hot Toys Deadpool, and honestly, I'm a little biased for this one because the movie was just that good. In my opinion, this is the best adaptation of his costume, and when it was brought to life in theaters, I loved it. Smooth look, very easy to hold his swords and to hold his gun. This thing just looks cool on so many levels, even if you have him making weird faces with his eyes.
Also, just unboxing the figure. I love having this box on display, and unboxing it was such a treat.
It does come with a pretty epic flight stand, which is the reason I'm able to get it in that epic pose on the thumbnail for this video. Now, why is this actually not number 1?
In the instruction book that actually comes with this figure, you can see how far it tells you not to extend the arms and the legs. And to me, like, that's really, like, I'm not saying it's weak, but I wish you could really do more.
Now, this is actually what I saw on Sideshow Collectibles. When I saw this picture, this is the main pose I wanted to get my Deadpool figure in. But I was not able to because there's no way I could stretch the fabric out that far.
It is a really cool figure, but I'm a little paranoid if I try to overextend it to get a cool pose. Then it's going to, like, completely rip the suit, especially here around the black. So that's the reason that it didn't become number 1 on my list. For those of you that do not know it, Deadpool is my favorite character on Marvel. I actually wanted the name of my channel to be Deadpool Toys 1-2, but this is when Google first took over sometime in 2012 or 13, and they told me I had to use my real name, but I still wanted it to be Deadpool Toys 1-2. And also, if you go back and rewatch my first videos, one of my videos, I'm talking about the funny scenes of Ryan Reynolds and Blade, and that was just me, like, thinking way back then, I hope this dude could be Deadpool one day.
The more you know.
Then now we finally reached number 1. And of course you already know who number 1 is. I actually want the Toy Biz version, but that thing is expensive, but sooner or later I will get it. But we all know that the number 1 spot goes to
the electrifying, pie-eating, wisecracking, never thinks before he speaks, totally articulated, comes with plenty of accessories, Hasbro, Marvel Legends Deadpool. First, can I express how happy I was when I found out they were actually going to come out with this figure, and when I found out it was coming in the X-Men Build-A-Figure Juggernaut wave with a lot of X-Men figures I actually already needed and wanted. Man, I jumped to Big Bad Toy Store to get this. And of all the toy hunting I've done, I still have not seen this figure in Baltimore, Georgia, or Texas, or Alabama. Everywhere I went, I did not see this figure for sale at any retailer. Now, most likely, I might get a second one in the future because I want one on hand just in case something happens to it. But this figure is really durable. It's very easy to pose. So many different things you can do with it. I found myself having so much fun with it, and it's helped me to take my actual channel to new levels. But this Deadpool is an awesome figure. Wait a minute, did you say I got the number 1 spot?
Yes, you did, Deadpool.
Let's dance! So many details and so many different accessories. I am really glad I was able to pick up this figure, and I really do love it. It's awesome, so much fun to have, so many different poses like I said before, and this is why he is my number 1 figure. Somebody needs to remove the ceiling, because I just hit the top.
Then Deadpool had accomplished his task of being Caleb's best figure of 2016. Let's see what 2017 brings him. But this has been a countdown of my favorite toys from 2016 by Caleb Craig Deadpool Toys on 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, then subscribe and leave a like and leave a comment about what was your favorite toy. I'll see you guys in future videos. Bye.